A very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Andrew Bleckman, and I'm pleased to welcome you to this Saturday afternoon performance of Live Jai-Alai action. We will have 8 singles games for you in this performance, beginning at 4 p.m. In addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action, each of today's games offer win, play, show, Quiniela, Exacta, and Trifecta wagering. If these terms are new to you, we'll explain them throughout the performance. We also have a couple of those specialty wagering options here. We have a pick 3 wager that begins before the start of that 4th game. We have the high-paying high 5 jackpot that begins in game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee, as you see there on the screen. For that, you got to pick the winners of games 3 through 7. And if you're the only person with the right combination of 5, you got to hit all 5 of 5 numbers. And you got to be the only ticket with those numbers, and you can have a shot at that $2,000 guarantee. It has been hit, folks. I mean, it's been an unbelievable streak it's been on. I believe now we are 11 for our last 11. That has been hit 5 out of 5. And 10 of those times we've given away $2,000 there, so maybe a little more predictable, handicapable, if you will, these performances. So a good day to play that high 5. And, of course, we also have that all-new Mighty Ocho jackpot beginning in game number 1. A little more difficult than that pick 5, the high 5. You got to get all 8 winners in this performance correct. But if you do get that, there's a $2,000 guarantee. And again, you have to be the only person with that ticket, although the highest we've seen there for the Mighty Ocho is 6 out of 8 this season. So if you get pretty close to that 8 of 8, almost a sure thing that you may be the only winner there. But $2,000 guarantee there for the Mighty Ocho. And if you'd like to do some online wagering, that is available here at watchandwager.com, watchandwager.com, or if you're in Connecticut, mywinners.com. But placing bets, of course, is not necessary to enjoy all that we have in store for you today. Folks, we're pleased to say we do not have any scratches. Actually, kind of the opposite of a scratch today, if you will. We're gaining a couple guys back on our roster here. We got JEDEN out there. If you see him warming up in the black shirt of post 5, he'll be out there for games 1 and 2. And then just a little outside of your picture right now, you see ANDERLUCK. He is in the building. He'll be playing in games 3 and 4. So we're getting those 2 guys back. Excited to have them back. They're healthy. They've been looking good in practice. They're only going to be in 2 games today. I know both of those guys are super competitive. They like to be playing a couple more, but easing them back in. And as we said, JEDEN will be in those first 2 games, games 1 and 2, and ANDERLUCK will be in games 3 and 4. And, of course, we recognize that many of you are sheltering in place or safer at home or just trying to get by as best you can as we all confront this new normal. Wherever you may be, we hope that you are safe, healthy, and we're just glad that we're able to bring you Jai-Alai as sports entertainment this afternoon. We now welcome you to sit back and relax because at 4 p.m., it's time to play Jai-Alai. And we have now just about 5 minutes until that first game. And the first 7 games of this performance, 8-game singles performance here. First 7 will feature Spectacular 7 scoring, and that last one will be Spectacular 9, but Spectacular 7 will be that format, and here's a video that will explain it. Take a look.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
Now just about 4 minutes till we get into the first game here. We had 2 performances now on Saturday. Originally, those first couple months of the season, we only had this 4 p.m. performance, but we'll be back here. We have 2, one here at 4 p.m. and then one more at 8 p.m. that evening Jai-Alai. It was a great debut last week, so make sure to join us here. That starts, as we said, 8 p.m. tonight. And that will be the schedule through the rest of the season here. We have 2 performances on Thursday, 12 and 4. We had 2 yesterday, 12 and 4. We'll have 2 today, Saturday, 4 and 8 p.m. And then we have the final performance of the week, that Sunday matinee performance that starts tomorrow at 12 noon. We'll have 7 performances from now through the end of the season. And our season goes here to the end of November, so we got a couple more months. We're not even halfway through this 2020 season, so a lot of highlights still to be played here at Magic City. Taking a look at the standings here this week. This is week number 12 of the season, week number 12. That Golden Cest Award is given to the player that earns the most singles wins each week, and in a singles-only week, those numbers are going to be a little higher, those win total numbers, than maybe in regular weeks when we have a couple doubles games mixed into the program. But this week, Ron came out of the gates hot, cooled off a little bit there in the middle, but finished it off with a couple of perfect games, I believe, in games 6 and 7 yesterday, and just playing really well again. He has 9 wins this week to go along with 2 shows in the money in 11 of his 16 appearances there. Tied for the lead in fantasy points if you're playing along with that. 49 fantasy points for him, and the guy that's tied second most wins on the week, that's number 22, Bueno. Bueno with 7 wins. 4 places, 1 show there in the money. Just over 44% of the time here. 49 fantasy points, as we said. He's tied with Ron. Those are the only guys that have eclipsed that 40-point mark. Coming up on 40 points here, you have Ben with 36. He's been playing really well this week. 3 wins in 6 places. Those place points are pretty significant as well there. Get 3 fantasy points per place, so those certainly add up with a lot of singles games. And you go down the line here, you got Kubala with 33 fantasy points. You have El BARBA with 33 fantasy points. El BARBA is just unbelievable in the fantasy aspect of this game. I mean, he just racks up the points here. 2 wins, 4 places, 5 shows. He's all across the board. Pretty balanced stat line. Not a lot of wins, not a lot of places, not a lot of shows there, but racking up the points. In the money, 11 of his 24 appearances this week. And of course, we'll continue to update you on the standings, but the big note here for this first game, you see number 5, and it's in the black shirt of post 5 here, number 8, Jeden, will be back in the program. He'll be playing these first 2 games. I think he's been out for these last 3 or 4 weeks here. Excited to have him back. Jeden's, we'll look at his stat line here on the season. Jeden has played 117 games coming in, 11 wins, 7 places, and 11 shows. Places, second place finish. Show is a third place finish there. He also has 3 quad finishes, which is 4th place. His in the money percentage, just under 25% of the time. 25% of the time he comes in the money in his appearances. So we'll see how he does here, playing in these first 2 games, and we're glad to have him back. 0 minutes on the clock. Let's get into that first game.
Game time.
And folks, with that, we're ready to begin Game 1. Game 1 will be a spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it up to 7 points. All those points will double after all matchups in the first round of play. To begin here, serving in the red at post 1, we have Legend. Receiving in the blue post 2, El BARBA. Legend serve begins game 1. That one's actually an overserve. We got to keep those serves between the 4 and 7 line. That one flew past the 7. That's point 2. El BARBA on the board first here in this first game. Bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. There's Tennessee. Tennessee, nice forehand back inside. El BARBA at the 11. Tennessee thought about it, lets it pass, turns that rebote left side at the 10 line. El BARBA charging in. Cortada scores, point 2. In receive now, the green shirt of post 4 for this matchup, we have CRB. CRB, strong reverse. El Barba up at the 7. Turns out forehander Bote. Backing up. In and out of the cesta it goes. Point 2. El Barba now 3 points. In receive, black shirt to post 5. Making his return here to the fronton, there's number 8, Jeden. Point 2. In receive now, yellow shirt to post 6. There's Juice. Juice backed up to the 13, makes the catch on the forehand, comes over the top. El Barba brings it in, 10 line. Juice missed it first time around. Point 2. Here's post 7, the pink shirt, Fred. Strong reverse by Fred. Robote out to the 7 line. Turn to the outside by El Barba. That scores, point 2. Straight points now to a possible game point for El Barba. Blue shirt to post 2 in to stop him here. Also rounding out the first round of play, here's the purple shirt to post 8, Ben. Ben, strong reverse there, played at the 10 line. Robote out. El Barba turns it to the middle of the court. Here's Ben now. Low runner, cut off. El Barba goes deep. Ben turns, waits for the Robote. Left side, turns a 2-wall. El Barba charges in, catches it high. Cortada, that one just above the pad. Ben with a nice catch. Back inside. El Barba turns it. There's Ben. 9 line, back inside. El Barba. This one right along the sidewall. Ben, forehand Robote, lays it up off the front wall. Charge again. El Barba gets there. 6 line. Hard reverse. There's Ben. El Barba again with a nice pickup. Goes deep with the forehand. Ben in the middle of the court. Back inside. Here's El Barba now. His forehand. That's going to score there for the win. A great point to close it out. That is a point and perfect game. Blue shirt to post 2, El Barba. We'll have a lengthy playoff here to determine second and third place. To begin here, Legend post 1 serves Tennessee, post 3. Tennessee low runner. Scores, point 3. First one to get to 6 points here, Will Place. Taking second. Tennessee now with 2 points. Here's the green shirt to post 4, CRB. Middle of the court. Gets by Tennessee. Gets assessed on it. That one's going to hit. CRB charges in. Up at the 6 line. 7 line, rather. Over the top. That's a Magic City bounce. 0.4. Here's post 5, Jedden. CRB makes a nice catch on the left side. Rebote out. Jedden turns a 2-wall. CRB missed it on the outside there, 0.5. Jedden now with 2 points. Here's post 6, Juice. Juice has got that on the forehand, hard back inside. Gets by Jedden, that scores 0.6. Here's post 7, Fred. Juice, Karam. Fred, great stop there on the outside. Plays it back. Juice is going to get there. Up at the 6, hard forehand. Stop by Fred, another good stop there. Forehand back inside. Juice gives him the Karam again. That one not cutting out. Fred gets there on the outside. Juice running back with it. That one's going to hit twice, 0.7. Here's post 8, Ben. It's reversed by Ben. Fred sets up middle of the court, turns that rebote back inside. Ben goes sidearm with the forehand. Fred goes up the wall. He's got it at the 10 line. Hard forehand from Ben. Scores, 0.8. Everyone trading off points here. This playoff for place and show. Ben now with 2 points. Here's Legend, post 1. Legend, good catch there. A little beyond the 12 line. Rebote comes out to the 7. Turned by Ben. Legend's got it low. Hard forehand. Picked off by Ben. Goes deep. Rebote out again. Left side turned by Legend there. Back to the middle of the court. Ben on a quick bounce. Brings it in. 3-wall play. Legend turns it outside. Ben's got it on the forehand now. Goes for the Karam. That scores. 0.8. Possible place point. That's a second place finish here for Ben. And to stop him, here's Tennessee. Ben got it the 9 line. Tennessee reaching up, brings it in. Forehand. Back to the corner of the front wall, comes back to the middle of the court. Ben over the top with his forehand. There's Tennessee. Slows it down, looking for a big bouncer. Ben brings it in up high. Rebote out. Ben turns the forehand, setting Tennessee back beyond the 11 line, keeping this forehand outside. It's missed by Ben there, 0.3. It's a possible place point now for Tennessee. He has 4 points, and to stop him, CRB. Low runner back inside. Gets by Tennessee. That scores 0.4. CRB's got a chance at second place now. He has 4 points. And to stop him, Jedden. Rebote forehand. That hits. Jedden runs up, takes it at the 6 line. Hard reverse. Rebote forehand, played just above the pad. Jedden brings it in nicely on the left side. Passes CRB. Rebote forehand. Scoop there up high from Jedden. Back to another rebote. That's a 2-wall. Sails wide of the court, out of play. 0.5. Jed now with a chance for second. He has 4 points. In for this matchup, here's Juice. Post 6. Point 6. Juice's turn at second place here. Fred in to stop him. Robote up at the 8 line. Juice missed it there. Point 7. All right, Fred now with his shot at second place. He has 4 points. He could place here if he gets it. In to stop him, there's Legend, post 1. Forehand there from Legend. Fred's got it, 10 line. Back to the inside. That scores. Fred there takes second place. We were going up to 6 points here, and with all points doubled. It's just going to be 8-3 here. We'll have Ben serving to Tennessee. The winner at this point will take third place. That's show point. Great serve by Ben. Even better catch by Tennessee. Middle of the court. Ben turns that 2-all. On the move. That's going to score there for Ben. 8. Will Show taking third place. Unofficial order of finish here for game 1. 2, 7, 8. 2, 7, and 8. Get the official results coming up here in just a moment. And the results of a lengthy game 1 are now official there. Post 2, El Barba with the win. Post 7, Fred taking second. Post 8, Ben there coming in third. 2, 7, 8 is now official for game number 1. We'll get those prices up on your screen momentarily. Here's your moment. The $2 Quiniela, however you want to pronounce it today. 2-7 or 7-2. That's any order of finish. Could have had the 7 on top as long as the 2 is a second number there. 58.80 off a $2 bet. 50-cent trifecta there, 278. That's the top 3 finishers in the exact order. Returns $299.25, and that's off of 50 cents there. Up next, we have game number 2. Game 2 will be another spectacular 7 singles match here. We'll be playing it back up to 7 points. All points will double after all matchups in the first round of play. Standard wagering will be available here in game number 2 of Win Play Show. Quiniela, Exacta, Trifecta wagers, all available for this second game. You got the high 5 coming up starting in game number 3. Got a couple more minutes to get those bets in. And then the pick 3 also before the start of game number 4. But game number 2 here will be coming up in just about 5 minutes. 5 minutes so we get into the second game here on this Saturday afternoon performance.
I really got the name El Barba from Coach JR. You know, like the first day I came into practice, he was like, "Oh, La Barbas." You know, he called me the beard. And, you know, it kind of just stuck. The most frustrating aspect of highlight for me probably would be anticipation. Because the ball's going so fast, you don't have time to wait to see where the ball's going to be thrown. It's frustrating, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm playing a sport for money, okay? My goal is to go out there, win every point, as soon as I step on the court, win the game, and call that game a day. You know, that's it.
There was El Barba. Yes, El Barba did win that first game. Seems like a while ago. It was a perfect game, actually, so good start to the day for El Barba. And then we had almost as long a playoff there as we possibly could. On one of those first posts, post 1 or 2 there, runs a perfect game. Then there's a 7-way playoff. You go up to 6 points. And it seemed like no one wanted second place there. Everyone got trading off points there the first round. They come back for another rotation, trade off points once more. Almost everyone had their shot there at second place, I believe, except for JEDEN. Fred, in the last opportunity there, gets it. So a very lengthy game, number 1, as we said, almost as long as it could possibly be. And now with a couple more minutes till we get into game number 2, I'm going to show you that explanation video that explains here in simpler terms how the game of Jai-Alai here is played.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
Just under 3 minutes now till game number 2. And in that second game here, JEDEN back into it. Playing out of the pink shirt of post 7 there. Obviously got to be a little bit nervous there on his first go-around. Been a while since he's been back here, and JEDEN's one of those guys, and ANDERLUCK too. Both these guys, they're so competitive. They want to be out here. They want to win every single game, so I imagine that after a while here, a couple of weeks of not being out on the court probably felt like months for them. So as we said, they looked very good in that, the practicing there, and it's a little bit different when you get out here on the court here for the first time in a while. So give these guys a couple days to get their feet back under them, and they'll be back at the program tonight and tomorrow as well, Sunday. I think they might be getting a couple more games in that Sunday performance tomorrow, so just easing them back here as they've been away. Want to get their health back, and you don't want to have them play too many games here and potentially stretch themselves a little thin upon return. And that win for BARBA there, he's quietly moving up this championship singles standings here, taking a look. He was a little bit more distant than some of these other names, but now he's just 3 games behind Ben. Ben at 28 wins, Tennessee. Ben and Carballo both at 28, Tennessee at 29, Kubala and Ikeda at 30, and then Douglas is in 3rd place now at 34 wins. So BARBA, although he's 9 games outside of that 3rd place final bonus money slot, like he was well back. Squarely in the middle of that pack here, and he's just been packing on 3-4 wins these past couple of weeks, placing a lot, showing a lot. That's why he's been a difference maker in that fantasy. Maybe it's not the win totals, he doesn't have that of Ron or Kubala these past few weeks, but placing and showing, and as we said here at the top of the broadcast, those points certainly do add up. As we are now ready to begin game number 2. Game 2, as we said, another spectacular 7 singles match here. We'll be playing it back up to 7 points. All those points will double after all matchups are played in the first round of play. To begin here, serving in the red at post 1, we have Juice. Receiving the blue post 2, there's Tennessee. Juice's serve there begins game number 2. A catch there by Juice, goes deep on the reverse. Rebote out, turned by Tennessee. That's a 2-wall. Gonna land in. Point 2. Two first up on the board here in this second game and receive white shirt to post 3. There's Ben. Sidearm forehand there from Tennessee, picked off by Ben. 9 line, gives that low runner back inside. Tennessee's got it one hand. Ben over his head makes a nice catch. Big reverse there, played at the 9 line. Tennessee backing up there, turns the forehand. Rebote gets out of the way. Ben goes soft back to the inside with that 2-wall to slow it down. Tennessee now. That's going to stay inside. Ben. Ben diving. Digs out the rebote. That's going to hit just in, sending Tennessee to the outside. Carambola there, middle of the court. Ben's got it. Over the top, high off the front wall. Tennessee takes it on the forehand, crashing it to the sidewall. Keeps the cesta in motion there. Play still alive. Ben. That one cut off again by Tennessee. Ben now up at the 9 line. Hard reverse. Tennessee missed it first time around. Forehand rebote short of the pad. Great point played by these two. Point 3. Here's post 4, Fred. Fred high off the front wall with that forehand. Ben plays it back inside. Fred missed the rebote. Point 3. Ben now 2 points. Here's Blackshirt to post 5. We have Legend in for this matchup. Reverse 2-wall. Ben, good stop there, middle of the court on the forehand. At the 10 line, goes back inside. That scores, point 3. Here's post 6, CRB. Ben at the 10 line, cut it off on the left side. There's CRB with a nice catch, middle of the court. Reverse there, gets away from him, catches the overhead screen, out of play, point 3. Receive now, pink shirt to post 7, here's Jeden. Ben leaping, got it on the forehand. Over the top, Jeden charging in. Tried to pick it off there at the 7 line. That one missed, point 3. Hit a receive now, rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt to post 8. Here's El BARBA. Point 3. Straight points here to a possible game point now for Ben. And to stop in post 1, Juice. All matchups now worth 2 points through the end of the game as well. That serve missed by Juice. That is point and a perfect game. White shirt to post 3, Ben. The remaining teams here will pair off and play off for third place. 2's going to take second here. That's Tennessee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Pair off and play off here for third place to begin. Post 4, Fred. Serves post 5, Legend. Fred up at the 7. Serverse. Sails wide of the court. That's out of play. Point 5. Post 6, CRB now serves post 7, Jeden. CRB middle of the court. There's Jeden, cuts it off 9 line. CRB with a nice catch on the left side. Jeden lets it pass. Robote out. Turns that 2-all. CRB tried to scoop it. Just missed. Point 7. Post 8 will now serve to post 1 here. We'll have El Barba serving to Juice. Juice goes for the carom. That scores. Point 1. 3 teams remain now in this playoff for third place. Post 5 now. That's Legend will serve to Jeden. Post 7. Jeden goes down to the ground there, making the save. Here's Legend playing this forehand to the outside. Jeden scoops it up. Legend picks it off 9 line. Runner back to the inside. Jeden goes back to the 10 line, going down to the ground once more. That does stay under the overhead screen. Middle of the court now. There's Legend. Robote miss. Point 7. Possible show point. That's a third place finish here for Jeden. Here's Juice to stop him. Post 1. Juice goes for that carom again. That one just wide of the court. Jeden there, post 7, comes in third. Unofficial order of finish for game 2, 3, 2, 7. 3, 2, and 7. We'll get the official results here coming up in just a moment. Results there of game 2 are now official. Post 3, Ben there with the win. Perfect game for Ben. 2 straight perfect games to start it off. Taking second, post 2, that's Tennessee. Coming in third, post 7, Jeden. Getting in the money here in his first day back. Let's take a look at the $2 Quiniela there. 2, 3, or 3, 2. That's $9.20 returned off of a $2 bet. That $2 trifecta. 3, 2, 7. You got to get the exact order there. Returns $69.60. And coming up next, we have game number 3, game 3. Another spectacular 7 singles match here. We'll be going up to 7 points once more here. And all those points will still double after all matchups in the first round of play. Game 3 also marks the start of that high 5 there, folks. With its $2,000 guarantee, as we said, it's been hit 5 out of 5. 11 for our last 11 performances here. Since the start of last week, it has been hit every single time. So a good day to get those wagers in for the high 5. And we'll be getting that started here in just about 6 minutes. 6 minutes till we get that third game underway.
What I'm hoping to accomplish in the 2020 season is to come in top 3 again, both in singles and in doubles. My game plan going into 2020 season is to be as meticulous as possible. I have to find a way to find little subtle things about each and every person on the roster that I can exploit to my advantage. And I can say that because they have to do the same thing. I feel like I got the ability to do it. I've definitely put in the work. Unfortunately, that doesn't always mean success, but that's what I'm going to strive for. So that is the goal, and I think that's everybody's goal because everybody wants to you know, getting the bonus money. And it is kind of like something to hang your hat on, you know, to be able to say that, hey, I was able to be, you know, a top 3 in singles or a top 3 in doubles. So that's definitely something that I strive for.
And that was Ben there taking the win in game number 2. Ben, his 4th win on the week. He's now eclipsed the 40 fantasy point mark, and his 4th win there on the week gives him 29 here for the season. He is now tied with Tennessee. They are in 6th place overall. And now with a couple more minutes here till game number 3, it's the last chance to place bets for the high five. 2,000 guaranteed jackpot bet there. That's the high five. Pick the winners of games 3 through 7. Be the only winning ticket, and that's how you get that $2,000 jackpot. And there's no limit to the amount of combinations you can bet there. It's $1 per combo, so you can play as many times as you like. And we'll give you the top 10 Rebotes here from the 2019 season to take you up to the start of that 3rd game. Outside placement from Poole. Massier goes back for the Rebote, diving, and that's a 2-ball, and lands just in. That will score.
Four line, outside placement stopped by Willow. Willow plays it back. Bueno, what a Rebote save on the left side. Karam stopped on the forehand of Jed. What a beautiful Rebote. Jedden on the run, 2 bounces, scores. Back to the inside, Carballo goes. Douglas with the blind save.
Wow.
Just lobbed it up under his arm. Rebote thrown beautifully. ANDERLUCK gets out of the way. Rebote's back up. What a fine effort. This is a 2-ball. BARBA on the run. And it scores. Carballo picks the serve. Here's the reverse. That is a diving save by CRB. He somehow gets rid of it in time without holding it. Here's ANDERLUCK. Carballo diving save. What a fantastic Rebote thrown by Carballo. Diving save, it's up, it's in, it scores. That's why you never give up.
Big left side, takes an interesting hop, goes to the outside. There's Douglas. First play back to the inside, high bouncer. Carballo waits for it.
Wow.
Unbelievable Rebote save.
Carballo's there. Sidearm Karam, split placement. Kubala up at the 5 line. Willow. That's in play. That is absolutely in play.
And a collection of the top 10 rebotes from the 2019 season last year here at Magic City will take us right into the start here of game number 3. Game 3, spectacular 7 singles here. Bradley in the red shirt of post 1 will serve to Tennessee, blue shirt of post 2. Bradley's serve there begins game number 3. Takes it on the forehand at the 9 line, comes over the top. Tennessee brings it in. Sidearm forehand, stays inside. Bradley makes a nice catch. 10 line, low runner back inside. Tennessee with a nice scoop there on the left side. Plays this reverse back. Comes all the way out. 6 line. Bradley turns the 2 wall there. Sails wide of the court. Out of play. Point 2. 2 first up on the board here in this third game that'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. You're wondering, yes, that is ANDERLUCK. Welcome back. ANDERLUCK got it on the left side. His reverse. Strong reverse. Right along that side wall. Tennessee gets it up off the front wall. Charging in on the forehand. Goes for the carom. That's going to work. Not a bad start there. Point 3. ANDERLUCK on the board with 1 point now. Serving green shirt of post 4. Here's Juice. Great serve there by ANDERLUCK. Crosses the wall there right about the 10 line. Point 3 rather. That's his second point of this game. And receive black shirt of post 5 now. Here's Ben. ANDERLUCK, nice catch. Cuts it off at the 10 line. Goes deep with this reverse. Ben missed the rebote up at the 7 line. Point 3. And to receive for this matchup, yellow shirt of post 6. Here's CRB. Rebote out. Forehand save there. Played to the middle of the court. CRB missed it. Point 3. Here's the pink shirt of post 7. Legend. And a look at the 9 line. Jedden waits for the rebote. Gets it up off the front wall. Brings it in. Goes for the carom again. Scores again. Point 3. In a receive now, rounding out the first round of play. Here is the purple shirt of post 8, Fred. ANDERLUCK goes to the ground for that rebote. It's going to hit just above the pad. That scores point 3. That'll do it for the first round of play. All matchups are worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning here's post 1 Bradley, but ANDERLUCK there with 6 points. He also has possible game point. Bradley, hard forehand. Rebote turned wide of the court there from ANDERLUCK. Great start there. Coming back. 6 points to open it up for him. Bradley's going to get the point there. Point 1. He's got 2 points in this game. In receive, post 2, Tennessee. Tennessee, nice forehand. Bradley back at the 13, comes over the top. Bradley crouching down, makes a catch there on the forehand side. Tennessee now, the 11. Plays it high off the front wall, looking for a big bounce. Bradley charges. Throws the carom, not cutting out. Tennessee from the outside. That's going to score, point 2. Here's post 4 returning, Juice. Tennessee turns the rebote back to the middle of the court. Juice runs under it there on the forehand side. He's a soft forehand just above the pad. Tennessee's going to get there. But his forehand going to catch the overhead screen. That's out of play. Point 4. Returning here's post 5, Ben. Juice overran the rebote there. Point 5. Here's post 6, CRB. Ben on the forehand. High off the front wall. CRB brings it in on the left side. He's at the 11 line. Strong reverse comes out. Ben gets that 2-wall. CRB, that one narrowly above the pad. Ben with a good pickup on the right side. Played back middle of the court. That one juggled by CRB. Point 5. Here's post 7, Legend. Ben goes high off the front wall with that forehand. Legend cuts it off at the 9 line. Back to the middle of the court. Here's Ben. Legend keeps this one outside. Ben tried to pick it off there at the 9 line. That's going to score for Legend, point 7. Here's post 8, Fred. Ad reverse going to catch the overhead screen, out of play, point 7. Legend now with 4 points, but returning with possible game point. Here's Anderluck, post 3. Scores for Legend there, point 7. Possible game point now for Legend. He has 6 points in to stop him, post 1, Bradley. Legend keeps that serve to the outside. Bradley's going to lose it on the forehand. That is point and game. Pink shirt of post 7, Legend. No playoff here. 3 is going to place. 5 comes in third. We'll show unofficial order finish here for game 3. 7, 3, 5. 7, 3, and 5. The official results coming up here in just a moment. Results there, Game 3 are now official. Post 7, Legend with the win there. Post 3, ANDERLUCK taking second. And Post 5, Ben coming in third. 7-3-5 is now official there for game number 3. So if you look at the prices, do $2 Quiniela, 3-7 or 7-3. Off $2, that returns $42.20. $2 trifecta there. 7-3-5 is the combination. Nice try there. 558.80. And people chiming into the chat there. High five. Maybe in jeopardy of losing that streak for 11 of 11 there. Legend picking up the win out of a very difficult post position as well there, so we'll see if anybody has that combo, but might have to agree with the public there. That'd be a pretty tough. 5 out of 5, getting it with the 7 there to start off, that would be some great picking there. And up next, folks, we're moving into game number 4. Game 4, you guessed it, another spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it again up to 7 points. All those points will double after all matchups in the first round of play. Standard wagering available here in game number 4. Plus, we have that pick 3, the final specialty wagering option, if you will, here for this program. For the pick 3, pick the winners of games 4 through 6 for your chance at a nice little bonus payout. That's all part of the pick 3. Your last chance to play that here for the start of this 4th game. We have about 6 minutes till we get into that 4th game here. I say, analyzing that performance there from ANDERLUCK, saw what Stu said. Could not have summed it up any better there. It seemed like he took off a lot of power, was really looking where people were out on the court. And a guy that, throughout this season here, hasn't thrown the carom. I think that might have been the most we've seen him thrown the carom in the first 8 weeks or so of the season there, just a collection of them. And it's not a matter of, execution there with ANDERLUCK. He has the capability to throw that carom, and you see in the top 10 caroms, he has those from the inside that just paint the outside line there. He's really good at that shot, but good to see him slowing it down a little bit. Sometimes he plays a little more powerful than he needs to, and if he would just tone it down, as Stu said, kick it into, maybe 3rd gear as opposed to 5th gear, and he played really, really well. Probably couldn't have asked for a much better start if you're him there in game number 3 outside of getting that win and that final point. And folks, even though the U.S. National Highlight Championship has been postponed, there will be no regularly scheduled highlight next week. We said that a couple times here on the broadcast, but we'll clarify here. We aren't going to have a regularly scheduled highlight. The U.S. National Highlight Championship has been postponed, not canceled there. But to make up for it, people here at Magic City have come up with something that's pretty exciting, and we're putting together a special exhibition event for you all. As you've heard here, it's a live doubles duel. So how it's going to work, it's going to be a 3-round doubles tournament. We're going to have 5 teams competing there. There's going to be a knockout round. Then there's going to be a semifinal and a final round. And we'll give you those doubles pairings for you here. If we can find the sheet that has them, here they are. So these doubles pairings for this special doubles event, and the date for that is next Saturday. That's July 25th. So we'll give you the back quarter first. We have Ben in the back playing with Carballo up in the front. Tennessee with Kubala. You have Ron with Legend. Bradley with Bueno. And then Jeden with ANDERLUCK. So those are the 5 pairings that we'll have. Plus, that's not going to be all we're going to have next week. The Highlight Channel will be hosting some live interviews with some of these doubles duel competitors on Thursday and Friday leading up to that exhibition on Saturday night, as we said, the 25th. So we're going to have a couple of interviews there Thursday and Friday. We're going to have the exhibition doubles duel Saturday evening. Mark your calendars. 7:30 p.m. start there on the Highlight Channel. We're going to begin live coverage. Make sure to follow the Highlight Channel on Instagram for more updates on this live 3-day special event. And again, that is next Saturday night. We'll be having the exhibition doubles duel. 7:30 live coverage will start here on the Highlight Channel. And then we'll get those games going at about 8 p.m. Had to go along with that special 3-day event here, and we mentioned that there's going to be some sort of interactive component for you all at home to play along, some sort of fantasy contest. And so basically, how that's going to work here is the people here in Magic City have agreed to up the ante to $250 guarantee to the fantasy winner there for next week in that doubles duel. So there's going to be a fantasy component. $250 is going to go to the winner, so we're upping that prize by a pretty significant margin. Stay tuned for details on how that's going to work. It's going to be on the same website. fantasyhighlight.com is that site. You can create your entries. It's going to be similar there to how we do it with the other fantasy in weeks previous, but you're just going to be selecting one doubles team there pretty much. That's how it's going to work, but we'll give you those details here to come. Now we have less than a minute here till game number 4. Final chance here to play that pick 3. And with that, we're ready to begin game number 4 as the clock hits 0 minutes. This 4th game will be another spectacular 7 singles match played again up to 7 points. All those points will double after all matchups here in the first round of play. To begin, serving the red shirt at post 1, there's Bradley. Receiving the blue at post 2, we have Legend. Bradley's serve begins game number 4. Bradley backed up to the 13, comes over the top. To the inside, Legend goes back for it. Sabote into the overhead screen, out of play, point 1. One first up on the board here in this 4th game that'll bring to the court. White shirt to post 3, here's Juice. Juice back inside. Good pickup by Bradley. His reverse. Cut off there at the 9 line. Catches a piece of that sidewall there, taking Bradley to the outside. Turns a 2-wall. Juice on the move. He's going to get there. Forehand. Going to catch a piece of the overhead screen. That's out of play. Point 1. In to receive for this matchup, green shirt to post 4. Here's Fred. Catches the overhead screen. Point 1. Bradley now 3 straight points to open up this 4th game. It now black shirt to post 5. Here's ANDERLUCK. ANDERLUCK, good catch off the serve. Reverse is going to pass Bradley. Sets up there at the 9 line. Turns the Rebote. 2-wall. ANDERLUCK with a nice catch over his head. Hard forehand. Scooped up by Bradley. One play just above the pad. Hops over ANDERLUCK. Sets to the score there. Point 1. Here's post 6 in to receive. Bueno. Bueno goes deep with that reverse. Bradley up at the 7 line, turns it outside. There's Bueno. Goes for the carom. That one not cutting out. Bradley on the outside. What a pickup by Bueno there on the left side. Bradley running back for it. Diving rebote into the overhead screen. Out of play there. Nice point play by these two. 0.6. Bueno now on the board with 1 point. Here's post 7, the pink shirt, CRB. CRB low runner back inside. Bueno takes 10 line over the top with his forehand. There's CRB with a nice pickup. Bueno comes back over the top. CRB lets it pass. Rebote left side. Turn back inside. There's Bueno again at the 9 line. Hard reverse. CRB into the top of the pad. 0.6. In to receive now, rounding out the first round of play. Here's the purple shirt of post 8, Tennessee. Bueno forehand high off the front wall. That one missed. 0.6. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, here's post 2, Legend. Bueno. His forehand there, cut off by Legend at the 10 line. Goes for the 2-wall, not cutting out. Bueno up at the 7 line. Goes for the carom. Legend going to get there just before it hits that side netting. Carambola played back. That one scores, 0.2. Returning, here's post 3, Juice. There's a 2-wall from Juice. Not cutting out. Legend there on the outside. His 2-wall. Sending Juice to the middle of the court. He's got it on the forehand. Soft play. Legend going to get there up at the 6. Goes deep with this reverse. Juice going to the ground. Plays a 2-wall. That's going to hit and score. Great shot there from Juice. 0.3. Returning, here's post 4, Fred. Juice, Karam, 9 line. Fred on the outside. Cortada. Juice, good adjustment there. That one caused him to lose his footing. Scores for Fred, 0.4. Here's post 5, returning, Anderluck. Great serve by Fred. Scores, 0.4. Here's Bradley, post 1. Bradley over the top, his forehand. Fred there at the 11 line. Goes for the carom. Sails wide of the court, out of play. 0.1. Bradley now with 6 points, giving him possible game point here into stop in post 7, CRB.
That shit was out. Yeah.
Bradley sets up in the middle of the court. His 2-wall. A little too much on it. Sails wide of the court. 0.7. This game will continue now. CRB with 2 points. Returning, here's post 8, Tennessee. CRB got it, middle of the court, left side. His reverse. Out to Tennessee. That one played just above the pad. He's got it in the middle of the court now. Tennessee, good stop on the forehand. CRB up at the 7. Runner back inside, cut off by Tennessee there at the 9 line. Plays it deep. Robote out. CRB lays it up there off the front wall. Tennessee charging in. Hard forehand. That scores point 8. Here's post 6, Bueno. That one to the inside. Bueno up at the 8, delivers a nice reverse. Robote, 2-wall. Bueno's got it on the outside. Forehand, 3-wall play. Tennessee sets up on the outside, gonna get there. Plays this 2-wall back. Bueno stops it. Carambola gonna bounce twice and score there for Bueno, point 6. Bueno now with possible game point. In to stop him, here's Legend. That reverse narrowly under the overhead screen. Bueno goes back, turns it hard back to the inside where that will score for the win. Point and game. Yellow shirt of post 6, Bueno. No playoff here. 1 takes second. 4 comes in third. Unofficial order of finish there for that 4th game. 6-1, 4, 6-1, and 4. Get the official results here coming up momentarily. The results there, game 4, are now official. Post 6, Bueno with a win. Post 1, Bradley takes second. Post 4, Fred coming in third, 6-1-4. The official order of finish there, the $2 Quiniela, 1-6 or 6-1. Off a $2 bet there returns $21.60. The $2 Trifecta, 6-1-4. That's the exact order of finish there. The top 3 finishers, if you got it all right there, $2 returns $131.40. And coming up next, we have game number 5. All singles matches here today in this performance, 8-game performance. Another spectacular 7-1. We'll be playing it up to 7 points. All those points doubling after all matchups in the first round of play. You see in game number 5 here, a couple new faces coming up in those entries. You got Carballo, you got Kubala, you got Ron, a couple of those feature game guys. We'll be playing these games 5 through 8 here to close out the second half of this Saturday afternoon performance, and post time there of game number 5 will be coming up in just about 5 minutes. 5 minutes there till we get into this 5th game.
I love Jai-Alai. I think Jai-Alai's a beautiful game. My favorite part of playing Jai-Alai would be that I get to compete. I get to come into a facility with other competitors that are trying their hardest. I get to come out here and try my hardest. Win or lose, you feel a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day after coming in and giving it your all. My 2020 goal is when you open up the program, it should say Chris Bueno, win percentage 150 or better, and in the money percentage 400 or better. I'm gonna finish every game that I get possible game point.
Remind me of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. I sell ice cream, rather sell a CD.
I have a security company, a beauty salon.
I've been doing music for a very long time.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play Jai-Alai.
were looking to transition from dog racing to highlight. I went to the university. I said, listen, I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
They paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field. If you're going to come into this sport, you got to be dedicated.
You're going to be a piece of cake.
We knew going in, they're not going to be great the first day.
It'll be like the Jamaicans with the bobsled team.
Game time now, man.
This is going to be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father.
Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
And folks, that was a trailer for the award-winning documentary Magic City Hustle, about the start of the highlight program here at Magic City just a couple of years ago. And saw someone asking about the chat, well, how long have these players been playing? Solid majority of them outside of Ron, Kubala, Ikeda. None of these guys had any sort of amateur experience, professional experience before coming here. They've all been trained from scratch. If you'd like to see that whole process, how it came to fruition, the idea of how it started, it's a really awesome documentary there. MagicCityCasino.com. Under the Highlight tab there is a hyperlink that'll take you directly to the site, or you just type MagicCityHustle.com directly into your browser. Both places, well, either way you do it there, will take you to the same place, and from there you can make a purchase of that documentary for $5 and enjoy it as many times as you like. Just about 2 minutes now till game number 5. As we said here, these pseudo-feature games. We've only got 12 singles guys, usually a roster of a little over 20 here. 12 active players this week for singles. We got 2 of them back here. JEDEN and ANDERLUCK, they joined us in this Saturday performance. They'll be back here in the evening session for a couple more games each, and then they'll be also in that program tomorrow there. So 14 guys to close out the week. We started with 12, slowly but surely gaining everyone back here, getting to full health. But these games 5 through 7 on the week, 5 through 8 really have been dominated by 3 guys. That's Ron, Kubala, and Carballo. Ron on the week, as we said at the top of the broadcast here, he has 9 wins. And Kubala there, he has 3. Carballo there with 1 more. So those 3 guys have really been sweeping the wins in those later games. Got Bueno there that snuck in with a couple. Ben's got 1 or 2. BARBA with a couple wins there as well. But those 3 guys been doing a lot of winning, and Ron these past couple of weeks here in week 11. That was last week here at Magic City. Ron had 13 wins. This week he already has 9, so he'll be playing in 12 more singles games to close it out there. So if he can get 4 more wins in those 12 appearances, he'll at least tie his record of singles wins that he captured last week at 13. So we'll see how that goes. We're now less than a minute till that 5th game. And folks, with that, we're ready to begin game number 5. Game 5. Another one of those spectacular 7 singles matches. We'll be playing it back up to 7 points. All those points will double after all matchups in the first round of play. Serving here in the red shirt of post 1, there's Bradley. Receiving the blue post 2. Maybe praying to the highlight gods or something. There's Carballo. Bradley serve there. Begins game 5 with an overserve, actually, point 2. Carballo now first up on the board here in this 5th game. And receive now, white shirt to post 3. Here's Ben. Carballo's got it on the forehand, middle of the court. Takes a look, plays it back inside. Ben with a nice catch low. Robote's coming out. Play to the corner there of that front wall. Slows it down a bit. It's going to score. Point 2. Here's post 4, Kubala. Robote forehand, right along that sidewall from Kubala, just gets it up. Middle of the court now, here's Carballo. Cortada, stop from Kubala. 8-line, plays this reverse. Robote forehand, middle of the court. That one tipped by Kubala there, point 2. Here's post 5, the black shirt, and for this matchup, we have El Barba. El Barba keeps this inside. Carballo goes back for it, gets a cesta on it, and that's going to land just in on the outside. El Barba, his forehand, middle of the court, cut off by Carballo. Quick release back to the inside. Scores, point 2. In now post 6, Ron. Carballo turns that forehand Robote hard. There's Ron, lays it up back to the inside. Ron turns that 2-wall. Carballo's got it middle of the court. He goes back inside. Stopped by Ron, 10-line. Robote comes shooting out. Missed by Carballo there, point 6. Six now on the board. 1 point. In receive, post 7, there's Bueno. Bueno up the wall, makes a nice catch. Delivers that reverse at the 11. Robote out, turned into the top of the pad. Any part of that pad. Still bad there, point 7. In now to receive, rounding out the first round of play. Here's the purple shirt of post 8. We have Juice. Juice on the forehand. Goes for the carom. Not going to get there. Working for him once more. All week there. Point 8. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Here's post 1 returning. We have Bradley. Bradley keeps that one to the outside. Tipped there by Juice, point 1. Here's post 3, Ben. Ben backed up into the corner. Nice catch at the 13 line. Robote out. Bradley lays it up off the front wall. Cut off by Ben up at the 7. Goes for the carom. And one not cutting out. Bradley. Cortada. Ben hangs with it. Digs it out. That's going to hit in. Hops over Bradley to score. What a play there from Ben. Point 3. Ben now 2 points. Here's Kubala, returning out of post 4. Goes deep. Missed the Robote there by Ben up at the 4 line, point 4. Here's post 5 El Barba back to receive. Kubala charging in, catches it on the forehand side. Rabote out, that's a 2-wall, sending Kubala to the outside. Brings it in, forehand over the top. 3-wall play, El Barba hangs in there, turns to Rabote. Backed up to the 13 line. Reverse cutoff at the 11. Kubala turns it hard back to the inside. Setting up there at the 10 line, El Barba. He gets it off now. On the outside, there's Kubala. That one tipped, point 4. Kubala now 4 points. Carballo post 2 returns here. He also has 4 points. Rabote forehand. Slow roller comes to Carballo. Runner back to the inside on the left side. Rabote shooting out. Here's Carballo now on the forehand back inside. Kubala running with it. Misses Rabote, point 2. Possible game point now for Carballo. In to stop him. Here's Ron, post 6. Rabote forehand, back inside. Ron thought about it, waits for it to come back out. Carballo, same thing. That one not going to make the front wall. Point 6. This game will continue now. Ron now 3 points. Returning here's post 7, Bueno. Ron picks it off 9 line. Hard reverse right along that side wall is going to score, point 6. Ron now with possible game point. It to stomp in post 8, Juice. Juice 2-wall to the inside. There's Ron. Rabote missed. That is point and game to the yellow shirt of post 6, Ron. No playoff here in this 5th game. 2 places coming in 2nd. 4 takes 3rd. Unofficial order to finish for game 5, 6-2-4, 6-2, and 4. We'll get those official results here coming up momentarily. And results there for Game 5. Now official. Post 6, Ron with the win. Post 2, Carballo taking 2nd. Post 4, Kubala comes in 3rd. 6-2-4. Now official there for that 5th game. We'll wait for those prices to roll up here on your screen any second now. The $2 Quiniela there, 2-6 or 6-2. $14.80 off of $2. The $2 try, 6-2-4, $34.40. Up next, game number 6. Another spectacular 7 singles match coming up in this 6th game. We'll be going back up to 7 points with all those points still doubling after all matchups in the first round of play. Game 6 also marks the end there of that pick 3. You'll see those potential payouts coming up here in just a moment. In post time is now just about 6 minutes away. 6 minutes till that 6th game here this Saturday afternoon performance. As we're going to wait here a moment to see those potential payouts on that pick 3. No consolation today. You got to hit 3 out of 3 to take home some of that bonus payout. And you see there 6-6 were the first 2 numbers, the winners of games 4 and 5, both post 6. And then it shows you what the potential payout would be based on whichever post comes in here in this 6th game. And we saw the numbers there in the chat all the way up to nearly 150, so we definitely know there's a couple of new fans in here that may have missed this explanation video at the beginning of the performance that explains here in simpler terms how the game of Jai-Alai is played. Definitely check this one out.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
Just under 4 minutes now till that 6th game. So taking a look now at the standings. Ron winning that 5th game. He's now reached the double-digit win mark here on the week. 10th win. And he has eclipsed the 50 fantasy point mark. 54 fantasy points for him. So just another incredible week there. Jai-Alai, fantasy. Any way you cut it, Ron just playing absolutely. And just unstoppable, really. And for those of you that may be joining and wondering, what is that fantasy Jai-Alai? Well, it's pretty similar to maybe other fantasy sports that you watch, maybe for football. It's a pretty popular one. There's fantasy basketball, almost pretty much fantasy anything now here in 2020. And it's overtaken Jai-Alai as well. So basically how it works, you're going to head to our site where we play the game. It's fantasyjai-alai.com. Each week you get to draft a team of 4 players. That's usually how it goes here, but for these couple of weeks we've been giving singles performances only, so we've had 3 players on the lineups, but usually 4 players, you get 3 singles and 1 doubles pairing. That make up your team of 4. You have a $21 budget, and basically you have to stay within that $21 budget. Each of those players out here on the roster and all those doubles teams have different dollar values. And your goal is to get the most fantasy points each week. You get 5 points per win your player gets, 3 points per place, and 2 points per show, and 1 point per quad finish that your player earns throughout the week, and then we total those up. And the person with the most at the end of the week will win a prize for this month of July. It's a U.S. National Jai-Alai Championship hat. And plus, we're starting to offer their cash prizes in the fantasy game. Yeah, $100 going out to the fantasy Jai-Alai winner for this week. And as long as we stay above 100 active league members, the $100 prize sponsored by Magic City Jai-Alai will continue there. So $100 on the line now. That started there for the first time last week. And once we reach 200 players for fantasy, that prize will be up to $200 every week going to the winner. Prices are updated every week. Stats are updated every week. So it's a new contest. If you miss it out, you know, one of those weekends, don't worry. We got a lot more weeks here to go this season to play those games, and we're giving away $100, as we said, so long as there are 100 active players. And then once we reach that 200 mark, that would be awesome if we got to 200, but we'll up it to 200. I think someone posted in the chat earlier the numbers. We started with 60 strong. 60 strong in week number 4 when we broke out that fantasy game for the first time. We now have over 120 contestants, so we've more than doubled here in 7 weeks, and we're looking to continue that. So please check it out, fantasyhighlight.com. It is completely free to play. Completely free to play, and you can win real cash there, so kind of a no-brainer. If you like this highlight, you like to play along, maybe you're in a state where you can't bet, it's a good way to get involved and play along with the action. And that little rant there will take us to post time for game number 6. We're ready to begin game 6. Game 6. A spectacular 7 singles match, going up again to 7 points. All those points will double after all matchups in the first round of play here. Serving in the red of post 1, we have CRB. And receiving the blue post 2, there's El Barba. Now and in the overhead screen. Point 1. And receive now white shirt to post 3. There's Bueno. Bueno on the forehand. Over the top, back inside. Good pickup by CRB at the 9 line. Rebote forehand as he goes to the ground. That one gets by on the inside. That scores there, point 3. Here's post 4, and for this matchup, we have Ben. Rebote out there. Bueno gets assessed on it. Soft 2-wall coming outside. There's Ben up at the 7 line. Hard forehand. Stopped by Bueno. Goes back to the inside. Bueno now all the way back at the 11 over the top with his forehand. Ben waits for the 3-wall play, turning it back to the inside. Bueno tried to go up the wall. He missed it there. Point 4. Here's post 5, Ron. Ben goes for the carom. That one landing in. Ron's got it on the outside. Cortada scores. Point 5. Here's post 6. The yellow shirt in for this matchup. We have Carballo. Rebote out. At 2-wall to the middle of the court. Carballo's got it. Hard forehand back inside. Ron waits for it. Gets it off, but catches the overhead screen. That's out of play. Point 6. Here's the pink shirt to post 7 in for this matchup. We have Kubala. Kubala there up at the 8 line. Forehand rebote. Cut off. Kubala keeps it to the inside. Forehand save. There's Kubala there again now. Up at the 8 line. There's another reverse. Carballo turns the 2-wall there. Kubala on the outside brings it in. Forehand back inside. One hand. Almost had it there. 0.7. It now rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt of post 8. Here's Bradley. Cabal at the 9 line. Bradley on the move, up at the 6. Turns that Rebote. Here's Kubala now, back inside with it. That one sneaks by on the inside to score, 0.7. And that will do it now for the first round of play. All matchups worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, here's post 2, El Barba. Forehand Rebote inside. El Barba hangs with it there, gets it on the back end. On the forehand now, up at the 6 line. Karam from Kubala, that scores. 0.7. Kubala now 4 points. Returning, here's post 1, CRB. CRB there. In and out of the cesta it goes, 0.7. Straight points to a possible game point now here for Kubala. And to stop him, here's post 3, Bueno. Kubala cutting it off there. Great catch on the left side at the 9 line. Here's Bueno now. Sidearm forehand. He's going to let it pass. Turns Rebote to the middle of the court. There's Bueno. Lost it on the throw. That is point and a perfect game. Pink shirt of post 7, Kubala. We'll have a 5-way playoff. 4, 5, 6, 1, and 3 remain. This will be for 2nd and 3rd place. That one, an underserve, came up short of the 4 line, 0.5. Here's post 6, Carballo. Ron makes that Rebote save. Carballo on the forehand, keeping us to the inside. Ran out of room there along the sidewall into the overhead screen, 0.6. Carballo now 3 points. Here's post 1, CRB. CRB there to the corner of the front wall. Carballo goes for the carom. That one into the pad, 0.1. Returning here is post 3, Bueno. One tip by CRB, 0.3. That one into the Chula. Scores for Ben there, 0.4. Everyone now scored here in this playoff for second and third. Ben serves here, Ron. 0.5. Possible place point now for Ron. He has 5 points. And to stop him, here's Carballo, post 6. Great serve by Ron. Backed up all the way to the 13 is Carballo. Ron up at the 8. Hard forehand. One-handed scoop. Wow. Rebote turn hard back to the inside. There's Carballo up at the 10. Reaching out there, Ron on the left side makes a great catch. Rebote coming out. Turns it hard outside. On a quick bounce there, Ron with a great catch. Forehand back inside. Tried to scoop it up again there. That one missed. Ron will place, taking second. The remaining teams here will pair off and play off for third place to begin post 1, serves post 3. Two all there from CRB, sending Bueno outside. Carambola brought in nicely by CRB over the top his forehand. There's Bueno. 10 line now. Forehand runs in, cuts it off. 7 line. CRB plays this one to pass. Rebote coming out. 2 all. Gets by CRB to score there. 0.3. Ben will now serve to Carballo here. The winner will take on post 3 for show. Carballo charging in. Goes for the carom. That one sails wide. 0.4. Bueno will now serve to Ben. Post 3 serves post 4. This will be for show point, third place. Bueno, all the way up there, turns that Rebote to the outside where it will score. 3 takes the show. That's third place. Unofficial order of finish for Game 6, 7-5-3, 7-5 and 3. Get the official results here coming up in just a moment. Results of Game 6 there are official. Post 7, Kubala with the win. Post 5, that's Ron taking second. Post 3, Bueno coming in third. 7-5-3 now official for that 6th game. Wait for those prices coming up here. Any second now. And there they are. Starting off there, a nice price to win on Kubala there. Granted, 7 is statistically the most difficult post to win out of here in these spectacular 7 games, but it is Kubala, one of the favorites there. $24.60 off of $2 to win. How about the $2 Quiniela, 5-7 or 7-5 off of $2, $21.40 your return. And that Trifecta, 7-5-3, $79.40. And that $2 pick 3, 6-6-7. That's the 3-number combination. The winners of games 4 through 6, 6-6-7. 3 of 3 numbers returns $94.40. Moving into game number 7. Game 7 going to be the final spectacular 7 singles match of this performance. That 8th game will be spectacular 9. But that's coming up here in a few minutes. Game 7 also closes out that high 5. So we'll see if anyone still has 5 of 5 numbers left there, although That'd be some great picking there. If someone still has 5 of 5, today might be a day where it carries over. And saw there was just about $2,000 bet into that high 5 again there today. But we'll see that here. And game number 7 now coming up here. 5 minutes. 5 minutes till that 7th game.
My favorite part about playing professional Jai-Alai is probably the free Gatorades and free waters. My favorite part about being a professional Jai-Alai player, when I play, my mind is so clear. It's really the only time that I'm able to focus on just one thing. It's very exhilarating and exciting, and I love exercise, and I love to be competitive. It just feels like I'm finally getting to do what I want to do every day.
Imagine the perfect mixture of athletics, spectacle, and speed. Jai-Alai.
Let's design a Conan O'Brien or Conan superhero.
Sure.
Oven mitts. Maybe there's some steam coming off the mitts because I took a focaccia out of the oven. Oh, a Jai-Alai glove in the other one. That'd be great.
Have you ever played Jai-Alai?
Actually lacrosse, but it's Jai-Alai for white people.
I'm Johnny Nacho, this is Steve-O. This is Jai-Alai.
Jai-Alai is like handball, only you fling the ball and catch the ball with this basket thing.
It's more complicated than that. And dangerous. It's got the same fingerprint as baseball, only better. A special stadium called a fronton. And you can sit real close, which is a thrill because the ball goes 175 miles an hour.
I can serve this pelota almost 200 miles an hour.
Big whoop, that little squishy. Jesus, is this made of limestone?
It's a dangerous game, amigo.
It's called a cesta. It's made of reeds from the Pyrenees.
The ball is called a pelota.
A lightning ball.
Good God.
And you'll see the potential prices there for the high 5 up on your screen. It looks like the streak here is officially over. No one can get 5 out of 5 here in this performance. Thought that may be the case after you had Legend there out of post 7 winning game 3. I mean, you see Legend there, one of the earlier game guys playing with a group of theirs. You see ANDERLUCK, Tennessee, Bradley, Ben, all those guys are playing in game 3, so Legend certainly not one of the favorites there, taking the win and playing out of post 7 there. One of the most difficult posts to win from, the most difficult statistically in these 7-point games, as we said. So thought the high 5 might carry over, and it will there. Saw there was just under 2,000 bet into it today. So there's going to be around 800 there in the carryover going into tonight. So if there's that same amount bet into it tonight, right around 2,000, going to be certainly over $2,500, probably right around $2,800 if we had the same amount of bet, of course, here tonight in this evening performance. As we said, we'll be back here tonight, 8 p.m., 8 more singles games. And that will be the schedule through the remainder of the season here. We have 2 performances on Thursday, 12 and 4, 2 performances on Friday. Same times, 12 and 4. We're playing here today, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. We have our only evening Jai-Alai session of the week here coming up in a couple of hours. And then we close it out with that one performance there, Sunday matinee. That's 12 noon tomorrow. So 7 performances on the week. That'll be our schedule here through the end of November. We're playing every week through the end of November. So we got a long way to go here in this Magic City Jai-Alai season. Less than a minute now until we get in game number 7, and not to confuse the folks out there. Next week, we were originally had that U.S. National Jai-Alai Championship scheduled. That has been postponed. We are going to be playing that at a later date to be determined, but we're still going to give you some Jai-Alai action next week. As we said there, I believe it was before that 4th game, we're going to have the exhibition doubles duel. It's going to be a 3-round doubles tournament. There's a knockout round, a semifinal, and a finals. We have 5 doubles teams that are going to be competing in that. In the week leading up to it, we're going to have player interviews on Thursday and Friday with some of those guys that are going to be competing. And then Saturday, July 25th, so that is next Saturday night, that will be the actual exhibition duel. Live coverage starts at the Jai-Alai Channel, 7:30 p.m. So that's going to be the deal for next week, and then every other week we'll be playing highlight here through the end of November. 0 minutes to game number 7. Let's begin. We are ready to begin this 7th game, Game 7. Spectacular 7 singles match, played up to 7 points, all points double after those matchups in the first round. Here's Ron serving Carballo, post 2. Ron serve begins Game 7. Missed it there at the 11 line, point 2. Two first up on the board here in this 7th game. That'll bring to the court. White shirt to post 3. Here's Legend. Point 2. In receive for this matchup, green shirt to post 4, we have Ben. At serve scores, point 2. Here's Tennessee, black shirt to post 5, in receive. Carballo up at the 7. Powers that forehand inside. Tennessee gets there. 10 line, reverse played back. Here's Carballo now. Thought about it. Waits for the bote on the back end. Here's Carballo now, middle of the court. Keeps this one to the middle of the court. Runs under it on the forehand side. Over the top. Backed up all the way to the 11 line is Tennessee there. Carballo missed the rebote. Point 5. Five now on the board, 1 point. Here's post 6. El Barba. First 2-all to the middle of the court. There's Tennessee. His 2-all not cutting out. El Barba brings it in. Back at the 11, his forehand played to the inside. Going to catch 3 walls and bounce twice to score, point 6. In now, pink shirt to post 7. Here's Kubala. That one's an underserve. Came up short of the 4 line, point 7. In out receive, rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt to post 8. We have Bueno. Bueno stops at the 9. Rebote into the pad, point 7. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are 2 points to the end of the game. Returning, here's post 1, Ron. Strong reverse played there. Kubala juggled it. Juggling is the call there. Point 1. Returning, here's post 3 for this matchup. Legend. Ron thought about cutting it off, waits for the rebote, turns it forehand back inside, where it'll score, point 1. Post 1 now 4 points. Here's Ben returning. Ben rips that reverse cut off high there by Ron. Ben leaping grab. He's at the 9 line, comes over the top. That missed by Ben, point 1. Ron now with possible game point. He has 6 points. And to stop him, here's Carballo, post 2. Rebote forehand, back inside. Carballo charges, cuts it off, makes the catch low. Big reverse. Rebote shooting out there. Ron gets assessed on it. Gonna trip him. Hands go up. We're gonna call interference on that one. We're gonna replay it. Interference to call there. We're gonna replay this point. Ron still possible game point. He has 6. Carballo 3 points. Playing out of post 2. Ron at the 9 line. There's Carballo cutting it off. It's a strong reverse. Rebote out. Ron brings that back inside. He's at the 10 now. Blade to pass again. Ron setting up forehand Rebote this time. Carballo scooped it up. Middle of the court. Rebote turned hard. Carballo's got that catch low, keeping it to the inside. Ron runs under it, beyond the 11 now. Gets that reverse off. Carballo winds up the costado. This one stays inside. Tight along that sidewall. Ron going to get assessed on it. Just hits above the wall. Sliding down there. Forehand for Carballo. Gonna score. Great point played by these guys. Got about 1.5 great points. Carballo going to score there. Point 2, giving him now possible game point. And to stop him, here's Tennessee. Tennessee delivers that reverse at the 8. Carballo goes back. Stops at the 7. Hooks that Rebote. Game's going to continue here. Point 5. Tennessee now 3 points. Here's post 6 returning El Barba. Well, runner to the inside. Tennessee with a good stop. He's at the 10. That's El Barba. A catch on the forehand. Tennessee now beyond the 11. Keeps it to the outside. El Barba on the move. He gets there. Gives him a carom from the outside. Lands just wide of the court. It's out of play. Point 5. Possible game point now for Tennessee, post 5. And to stop him, here's Bueno. Tennessee waits for the Rebote. Forehand save back inside. Bueno slides in, cuts it off. Reverse played at the 7 line. This one comes way out. Tennessee turns it. Gets out of the way. Gonna let it pass. Going down. Diving Rebote save. Bueno up there at the 6. Doesn't overthrow the reverse. Tennessee digs that Rebote out as he goes to the ground. Bueno now back up at the 5 line. Rebote again. This one to the outside. Bueno waits, charges, goes for the soft carom on the outside. Tennessee tries to get there, not going to get there. Great point played by these two. We're continuing here again in this 7th game, point 8. Returning here's post 7, Kubala. Bueno backed up to the 11. Bote out for Kubala again. Catches a piece of the sidewall there, coming out middle of the court. Back inside, that's Bueno. And that one scores, tipped by Bueno there, up at the 8.7. Four points now for Kubala. Here's Legend returning post 3 for this matchup. Legends 2-wall right along that side wall. There's Kubala back over the top. Sidearm forehand. Kubala waits. Hook the rebote a little bit. Everyone's all right there. Point 3. Here's Ben, post 4. Legend keeps that serve outside again. Here's Ben now, playing his forehand. Legend crashing into the wall at the 12 line. Keeps this one just under the overhead screen where it'll score. That's tipped by Ben. Legend now with 4 points, but returning here with possible game point. Here's Ron, post 1. Rebote catches a piece of the sidewall, sending Ron outside. Takes a look, fires the forehand back in, where that will score for the win. Point and game. Red shirt to post 1, Ron. We'll have a playoff here to determine 2nd and 3rd place. Post 2, Carballo will serve to Tennessee, post 5. The winner of this point will take 2nd. Loser comes in 3rd. Carballo, quick release on that forehand. Tennessee now along the sidewall, gets it off. That one just going to hit. Carballo up at the 4 line. Blasts that reverse. Coming way out. Tennessee up at the 2 line. Missed it. Carballo's going to take 2nd there, post 2. Post 5, Tennessee comes in 3rd. Unofficial order finish there for Game 7, 1-2-5. 1, 2, and 5. We'll get the official results here momentarily. Results there for Game 7. Now official. Post 1, Ron with the win. Post 2, Carballo taking 2nd. Post 5, Tennessee comes in 3rd. 1-2-5 is now official for that 7th game. As there are the prices on your screen. The $2 Quiniela there, 1-2 or 2-1. $14.40 returned off a $2 bet there. The Trifecta 1-2-5, $2 returns $67.80. And the big news there, that high 5 was not hit. A little bit in the carryover there. See the carryover on the first time here for game number 7 in a while. 7, 6, 6, 7, 1, 4 to 5 numbers. If you have 4 or 5, consolation payout of $43.20. Carryover there of $820, $821 will be there for this evening's performance. So you could potentially have over $2,000 there if at least you have at least $1,200 bet into that. We're going to be over that $2,000. We got the finale here this Saturday afternoon performance. As we said, we'll be back here tonight with 8 more singles games starting at 8 p.m. But the final game of this performance will be that Superfecta 9-point singles match. Spectacular 9 scoring will be playing this one up to 9 points, not 7. All those points will still double after all matchups in the first round of play. See the entries on your screen here for game number 8. Standard wagering available, plus you have that Superfecta wager available. Similar to that Trifecta, although a little bit more difficult. You got to get the top 4 finishers in the exact order. To get that Superfecta, there's a 10-cent option on that Superfecta if you'd like to test that out. Your only opportunity to do that before this 8th game that'll be coming your way now. 5 minutes. 5 minutes there till we get into this 8th and final game of this Saturday afternoon performance. And folks, a reminder, if you like what you're hearing today, please hit that like button under the video screen. A little thumbs up there. And today, if we get to 50, it looks like I'm reading the chat here. I guess Stu is going to get out on the court. He's going to show us a serve, maybe show us a little bit what he's got in that highlight arsenal of his there. So please, let's get to 50 likes there. But in all seriousness, if you like what you're seeing, we appreciate every like we can get there. And then today in particular, we're gonna get some clips of Stu playing. I know that I've been clamoring to get that. Haven't seen any clips yet, so that'll be a first for me as well. So I know I've hit the like button here. We'll log into a couple different accounts, see if we can not get that up to 50. And as we said, this is the Superfecta 9-point singles match featuring Spectacular 9 scoring here. Just a couple of differences between Spectacular 9 and Spectacular 7 in this video. We'll clear all those up for you. Take a look.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
3 minutes now here till the finale. The Saturday afternoon performance. Let's take a look at the championship singles standings now. Couple of changes here. Let's start from the top. Ron still in first place. He overtook first place. It's actually a couple days ago now. He has 43 wins. He has opened that lead up to 7 games. Bueno, yesterday's performance, overtook Douglas for second now, so it goes Ron, Bueno, the top 2 in the standings. Ron 43, Bueno 36 wins. Douglas still in third place with 34. And Kubala now added a victory here in this performance. He has 31 wins. Ikeda, haven't seen him for a while here. He's at 30. He is in 5th place. You have Tennessee, Ben tied for 6th at 29 wins apiece. And then Carballo in solo 8th. He's at 28 there. So 6 games separates the top 8. El Barba at 25 wins, so he's just a few behind Carballo. And then ANDERLUCK here, you saw him back out on the court. Looked like he was going to run a perfect game there in his first appearance back. Wasn't able to close it out, but playing really, really well here. He has 22 wins on the season. And you know he's going to be certainly racking up those victories, or at least trying as hard as he can here. One of the most competitive guys on this roster. where's number one? If you ain't first, you're last there. That's ANDERLUCK's mantra, if you will. So, you know, he's going to be giving it his all once he's back here and playing a couple more games. He'll be back in the program tonight along with JEDEN. Both of those guys were back in today. First time they've been back here in a few weeks. JEDEN played in games 1 and 2, and then ANDERLUCK came in games 3 and 4. They'll be playing 2 more games this evening in this performance coming up at 8 p.m., and then they'll be in a couple more games. I think they're in 3 games each in Sunday's entries. Check those out, MagicCityCasino.com. Under the Highlight tab, you can check out the entries for tomorrow. They are up there and see how many games those guys are playing in, as well as a lot of different information. You get all the programs up there, all the statistical stuff, so it's a pretty interesting if you're a numbers guy like myself. Definitely check that out. As we are now a couple seconds away here from the start of this 8th game. Trifecta 9-point singles match to close it out. Game time for game number 8. We're ready to begin. Said here, this 8th game will be a Trifecta 9-point singles match. Spectacular 9 scoring. We'll be playing it up to 9 points. All points will double still after all those matchups in the first round of play. To begin, serving at red of post 1 here, we're going to have El BARBA. Receiving to post 2. There's Kubala. Bote left side, right along that side wall. Gonna score there for El BARBA. Nice shot. Point 1. 1 first up on the board. Here in this 8th game, that'll bring the court white shirt to post 3. We have Tennessee. El BARBA up at the 8. Tennessee's got that low. On the forehand, goes outside. That one scores. Point 3. Here's post 4, the green shirt for this matchup. We have Carballo. Rabote 2-all turn there from Tennessee. That's going to hit. Tried to do the quick release there. Missed it. Point 3. Here's the black shirt to post 5 for this matchup. We have Bueno. Bueno missed the serve there. Point 3. In now post 6, Bradley. Bradley hard forehand cut off there. 10 line. Tennessee delivers it at the 9. Bradley lets it pass. Rabote left side. That's a 2-all. Comes in the middle of the court. Here's Tennessee now. Back inside. Bradley, good catch. Over the top his forehand at the 11. Oh. Reverse. Rabote comes shooting out. There's Tennessee. Good save. Bradley thought about it. Lets it pass again. Tried to dig it out. Missed the Rabote. Point 3. Big shirt to post 7 now in for this matchup. Here's Ben. Tennessee taking a moment here. 4 points, serving Ben, post 7. That one tipped by Tennessee, point 7. Going to receive now, rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt of post 8. Here's Ron Ron. That one, an underserve, came up short of the 4 line. 0.8. That will do it now for the first round of play. All matchups are worth 2 points at the end of the game. Remember, this game up to 9, not 7. Here's post 2, Kubala back to receive. Ron to the inside. Catch from Kubala. His reverse gets away from him into the overhead screen. Out of play. 0.8. Returning, here's post 1, El Barba. Ron with that reverse. Rebote out to the 7 line. Missed by El Barba. 0.8. Returning here for this matchup, green shirt of post 4, we have Carballo. Rebote forehand. Carballo. Nice move there to get out of the way. Rebote forehand. Okay, we're going to replay it now. All right. We're going to replay this point. Ron. Ron with 5 points. Serves to Carballo again. We're replaying it. There's interference call. Again, going up to 9 points this game, so not game point here. Carballo, great catch before it crossed the sidewall there. Rebote out. Turn the Rebote hard to the inside. Quick release. Wide of the court there. 0.8. Possible game point now for Ron. He has 7 points in to stop him. Here's Bueno. Reverse played to pass there. Ron up at the 8. Turns it from the forehand side. Bueno's got it low. Hard reverse. Rebote shooting out. That's a nice scoop from Bueno. Delivers this reverse. Tight along the sidewall. There's Ron getting a cesta on it. Another great catch there from Bueno. Picking it just off the ground there. Forehand Rebote again from Ron. Cut off by Bueno. Delivers this at the 8. Rebote left side. Played back middle of the court. Here's Bueno now. Sidearm forehand. Back inside. Ron runs under it. He's at the 12. Big reverse. This one comes out again. Bueno into the overhead screen. That is point and a perfect game. Purple shirt of post 8, Ron. 3 places. That's Tennessee coming in second here. We'll have a playoff now to determine 3rd and 4th place. The winner of this takes 3rd. Loser comes in 4th. Post 7, it's going to be Ben. Will serve to El Barba. Serve missed by El Barba. 7 shows, taking 3rd. 1 with the quad. Unofficial order of finish there for Game 8. 8-3, 7-1, 8-3, 7, and 1. Get those official results here coming up momentarily. Results there for the 8th and final game of this afternoon performance are now official. Post 8, Ron with the win in a perfect game. Might have been 4 perfect games there. Oh, there were 2 to start it off. I think Kubala had a perfect down to post 7. And then Ron there to close it out. So a lot of perfect games, a lot of really good highlights today. People chatting into the chat about that. Another really, really good day. All these guys have just been warriors, playing a lot of games, but still keeping up the energy and great play. That official result, post 8, Ron with the win. Post 3, Tennessee taking second. Post 7, Ben coming in third. Post 1, El Barba taking fourth. The results there on your screen. The $2 Quiniela 3-8 or 8-3 off of $2, 28-20. The 10-cent Superfecta 8-3-7-1. You got to get the top 4 finishers in the exact order to hit that Superfecta off 10 cents. That returns $123 even. The Ocho 2-3-7-6-6-7-1-8. That's the combination. All 8 winners there. 5 of 8 numbers returns $11.30. And that $2 Trifecta 8-3-7 $6.99.20. Nice payout on that try. And you guys in the chat, too, you deserve all the credit there. We got up to 55 likes. We're going to see Stu give out some serves, throw a couple caroms around. Everyone's going to be excited for that. Thank you all. Yes, Brian, a lot of effort from you guys as well out there. We appreciate your continued support and having so much fun there in the chat section. So, folks, that will do it for the afternoon performance. As we said here, new starting last week, this Saturday, we have 2 performances. We'll be coming back here in just about an hour and a half for 8 more singles games. Our only evening highlight performance of the week there. So make sure to tune back in here in just about an hour and 40 minutes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Saturday afternoon performance of Live Highlight in the Magic City and on the Highlight Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon, and we invite you to join us again this evening when we'll be back here with 8 more action-packed games, starting, as we said, at 8 p.m. We sure hope you enjoyed today's highlight action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Highlight Channel and let us know your thoughts and any questions you may have in that comment section. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today, and we hope you'll be back here in just about an hour and a half when we have 8 more games for you. Goodbye till we can see you back here at Magic City Jai-Alai. Have a good afternoon. We'll see you back in a couple hours.